Welcome back. This is Wisconsin Shoe Guy, and today we're going to talk about Aubercy in a brand showcase, really focused on talking about the history of the brand, as well as this really, really nice pair of Edward, what they call golf shoes, which is basically just a brogue. Now, this pair here is a Richelieu or an Oxford, and is Blake stitched. They offer what they call a Goodyear stitch, which is actually not Goodyear welted in the traditional sense. It's actually hand welted. But they also offer a bespoke service as well. Now, Aubercy is a store in Paris that has its own workshop. They've been around since the 1930s. And they're basically, the way they describe it is that they combine English design with Italian craftsmanship. Now, the shoes are made in Italy unless you're buying bespoke, but they are made in a family atelier that's obviously been working with Aubercy for a long time, and they are finished. If you have the patinas and so forth done, obviously we don't do patinas on this particular pair of suede, but then it is done in Paris, this is my understanding. So very interesting brand. It's been around for a long time. It is high-end. Your cost of entry on this is going to be just over €1,000, and it goes up from there. I've talked to them about an MTO, which I probably will follow up on in the new year. It is just a really, really interesting group. Now, as I said, it's about €1,000, but then it's another $350 if you want it hand welted, and it is a 4-month wait. So the type of thing that you need to be prepared for when you start looking at a brand like this. Now, the soles of these are really nice. They do a nice job just doing the finish. You know, and keep in mind they're Blake, which means the stitching is inside the shoe, right? And then this looks like it's blind stitched, so you can see where the channel is, and it's on the edge of the inside of the shoe. If you open up the shoe itself, there is a sock liner that goes across the entire length of the shoe, so you can't see the stitching nor feel it, but this is not a padded sock liner. It's just a piece of leather that goes over the insole. So you're still breaking in directly into an insole, not into a piece of foam and or rubber, as you'll get with some of these, inexpensive brands. Now, it's funny, a lot of people lose sight of why leather insoles are so important. Because as I look at new brands and I look at things out there, there's a lot of folks that, they're like just beaming on how wonderful it is that they have this microfiber insole sock liner so that, your feet stay dry and it wicks away the moisture. Yeah, and it stinks. Leather wicks away the moisture too. It doesn't smell. It doesn't take on the fungus from your feet. It doesn't do all that stuff unless it's really, really wet. But that is a really, really big difference. And for me, somebody who's had, athlete's foot and been fighting this, for my entire life, that's an important distinction for me. So I want to make sure that that's clear. To me, a leather lining, a leather insole are table stakes. It's just, it's what I need to have in order to go there. So Aubercy is a family business. It is in its, I think, 4th generation and going strong. And they are considered a heritage company of France because they are one of the last all-in-France manufacturers. So they, or companies, not manufacturers, because keep in mind, made in Italy, right? But they choose French hides, they tan them in French tanneries. The wood is coming from French trees. The trees are made in France. So there is a lot that's being done there in France. And of course, the company itself is there. And then of course, all their bespoke work and the patina work is also done in their workshop. So very interesting brand. Not one that I had heard of until I really started getting into shoes. So it's probably not the most well-known brand out there, but they do just wonderful work. I mean, this is a Japanese waist with a beveled edge here, or waist here, that is actually by hand, I think. You could kind of tell because it's not perfectly even, like if it was done by machine. And really, so it's a thick sole, and then it's really thin at the waist, right? So they take a lot of time to do small details, and the details and the finish is you know, everything. That's what they're known for. That's what they deliver. And it is an incredible feeling, an incredible wearing shoe. I've had these shoes since the beginning of 2021, and they're holding up wonderfully. And I believe that they will hold up for a generation. They're just that kind of shoe, and something that I don't want to have and lose sight of. So think about Aubercy if you're looking to get into the high-end shoe game. It is a quality brand that puts out just amazing products. Thanks for watching.